Two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. It's going down. Bad Trip is in the building. Let me see something real quick. Okay, it's cracker. We live. What's happening with everybody? Oh yeah, I guess we can talk. G Nice. Chiefs did what they were supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Okay, so first of all, turn up for Christ or burn up for life. We ain't finna do nothing without that. That's how you gonna get the day started. But yeah, what's going down? I don't even look like I've been watching football, do I? No. Y'all just don't even understand that I just be putting on just because I got to do the podcast. So I try to look professional. You know what I mean? Make sure I look into the camera so people think I'm talking to you. Exactly to you. What's going down, man? Ah, really good football this week. So Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes gonna meet up. That's gonna be dope. And so I rock with the Chiefs because I like what Mahomes is doing. I like he's one of the most creative and scariest quarterbacks we done seen in a long time. And Lamar Jackson is the same. He go hard, and so that's gonna be really good. I would like to see Jared Goff come from out of the other side and come on with the Detroit Lions. Since you know what I mean, Matt Stafford went over to L.A. He won one. So what if he can come over to the Detroit Lions and put them on the map? Detroit, y'all ain't been doing too much for a long time. My man made y'all relevant over there. So, but at the end of the day, man, what's happening? These glasses is giving off a little bit more of a glare. Yeah, so Super Bowl is and football is really cool, playoff time. So I didn't really want to do the podcast, man. I have people, that usually watch really want to choose between the Chiefs and stuff like that. So uh I chose like a little topic since this was the beginning of the year. Last week, thank y'all for rocking with me. My cousin Mafio passed, and so I was just basically trying to see my family because I couldn't get over there and give out no hugs and stuff like that. So shout out to Team Grice, all the family that came through that was on screen, and we laughed and we kicked it and we talked and we chopped it up, man. So that was a blessing. But keeping it to the theme, but like this new year, um, I'll be thinking like, okay, so what I'm gonna talk about tomorrow, and so um, I might say like a little small prayer, like God, okay, give me something, you know what I mean, something that I can give to these people that they're dig. And I was watching a few things, and being emotionally tired is a big thing, So when we get into this, a lot of this has to do with me because sometimes I get tired. And so at the beginning of the year, I thought it was like, okay, let's do this because this would be cool. Because a lot of people start like a lot of New Year's resolutions or I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But then again, you fall short. And sometimes, man, you tired. You know what I mean? And not like tired, like you sleepy, but man, you just be so wore down about life because life be life. And you know what I mean? And you go through some stuff and people don't understand it. And so, everybody wants you to be upbeat all the time. And so I got a few little things I'm gonna talk about. And if some of it applies to you, then let's talk about it. And then I got a few little quotes that I had that I thought was pretty dope that I'm gonna bring to the surface and that we're gonna talk about them. So I got my little notes. I gotta show y'all this little video real quick. So check the video out and then we're gonna come back. All right.
Fuck your feelings. And that doesn't mean like, don't take it literally, fuck your feelings. But sometimes you have to go beyond what you're feeling. I wasn't born healthy. I wasn't born with some great body alignment, some great, I have sickle cell, I have all kind of shit. I have all kind of health issues, I'm fucked up. So I had a choice to make. And the choice was, growing up, okay, this hurts, that hurts. We can just sit down and do nothing. Or we can see how far we can push the human body.
Get out of your feelings. It's not going to come to you emotionally. People will not work for emotional people who have meltdowns and freak out and hold grudges. You have to be bigger than that. You might can do that at home, but if you come out into the corporate space and the work world and the business space, we don't have time to deal with your attitudes. So stop popping your neck, hold your your head up, get yourself together, get out of your feelings, and get ready to fight the good fight of faith.
Hey, what's up, Auntie? I see you on deck. And Miss Fee, baby, cute. She said Chiefs, Greg Young. Like, what's up? Yeah, you know the Chiefs. What amazes me is that this dude seems to just know how to get back to the Super Bowl like every year. But okay, back to the main thing. The main thing. Real quick. So here's the thing. Emotionally tired. Get out your feelings and get into your bag. If I could switch that around real quick, first thing I would say, get out your feelings and get into a relationship with God. That's just my personal opinion. You know the God that I believe in. And I don't know what you believe in, but you got to have an anchor of some type of source of a higher power that'll keep you grounded and rooted when you're going through some stuff. Because, like we said, life be lifing. And at the beginning of the year, here it goes. It's a new year, and so some people is tired, so they waiting on tax time because they need a break. Soon as taxes come, they can get caught up on some bills. They might be able to catch a new car. Right now, you catching rides by people to work. You know what I mean? You steadily grinding, and you holding on by like a fine piece of thread. And so I get it. And but at the end of the day, you can't let your emotions get you so to the point like, okay, you're emotionally tired. Like I said in the thing, get out your feelings, get in your bag. You can't let your emotions stop you from doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? You can't let it stop you from getting like giving up or doing exactly what it is that you need to handle your business. Some of us got kids out here, and some of us got like little ones. And so when you got little ones, they looking up to you to try to see like, okay, how we gonna make it up out of this? And you know how they looking up to you as an example, because sometimes parents, y'all don't understand this, which is really the truth. You are the biggest hero that your kids is going to see. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense, you're the biggest hero that your kids is going to see. So no matter whatever you going through, they looking up to you. So if your influence is negative, then guess what? They're going to attach to that, and then when they go out into the world, that's what they're going to put out. If your knowledge and wisdom displays in the household, respect, morals, and stuff like that, that's what they're going out into the world, and they're going to do. They only going to do what you give them and what you put inside of them. But at the end of the day, they looking up to you. And so when you say emotionally tired, there's a few things that I jotted down. And these are some things that I know everybody can be going through. I go through them too a lot. Number one is tired of pretending. You know, is anybody out there who feels like um, you wearing a mask, you know what I mean, and you tired? A lot of times, you know, you get people, they be people pleasing, surface acting. On the surface you act a certain way, but on the inside you hurting. You dig what I'm saying? Because you want everybody to think that you got it together, and you don't. You know what I mean? A lot of times people do that by hiding behind designer clothes and doing trips and doing little stuff and social media, showing it on social media like, okay, my life is together, but on the inside, your ass broke. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You're going through some stuff. And the one thing I like about dude, you know, even though I'm trying to kill the cuss words, I'm definitely gonna try that for 2024. Um, he was like, man, his life messed up. Like he got all kind of health issues and all kind of stuff, and so you can never know what might be plaguing a person. Like I know a few people who's got some health issues that's dealing with some stuff, and so just imagine waking it up, and then now all of a sudden you got to go to work, your body aching, or you going through some stuff that people don't know about. You don't really feel like you want to keep taking out the time to keep talking about your funk, but yet and still you find a way to put on a smile every day. I'm telling you. Um, I ain't gonna say that since I've been home, I've been on some people pleasing. Like I just want everybody to think I got it going together, because I haven't. God has really been blessing me since I've been home, and so I'm grateful for that. But if that's you, and you feel like it's you, and you emotionally tired of wearing that smile in front of people's face, hey man, get somewhere, man, and get to yourself. I'm a loner, and I like it. You dig what I'm saying? Because while I'm in the confinement of my crib and where I'm at down here in the basement, I ain't gotta pretend for nobody. I just do me. You dig what I'm saying? And if you don't like it, Don't come over. Don't come over here. I don't want you over here. I'll just be by myself, just doing like a full circle, making beats, DJing, writing songs or doing whatever I can. I got a lot of stuff that I can do to entertain me than to be around people and feel like, all right, I got to put on a mask because I'm around them. Oh, they look like they got their life together, so I got to show them that I got my life together. No, you ain't got to do that. So make sure that you ain't surface acting because that'll get tiring. It's a lot of people that's on Facebook that's tired. Cut it out with all the shenanigans and all the indirect posts and say what you mean and mean what you say. But most of all, do what you're supposed to be doing. Do you. If you do you and stop worrying about everybody else, you're going to be great. I'll salute you to that one. Um, the other thing is the lack of motivation. You know, that's another big thing that can make you emotionally tired, where you'll be feeling like, you know, how do you get up out of this rut? How you get up out of this funk to where you got to try to find that energy to try to get things done. And not only that, like say for instance, if you got a project, because the biggest thing that you would hate to do, and this is real talk, so please pay attention to this, is to have an idea or something that's up here in your head and can't manifest it and make it come to pass or can't make it come true. You know, um, I'm a big firm believer in speaking things into existence. You know what I mean? And so I will definitely speak it, speak it, speak it. But not only that, you got to start taking like um, the necessary steps to make it happen. You know, you can't just sit there and just be dreaming and thinking like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, but you ain't every day you wake up, you ain't making no type of moves or nothing to get closer to your dreams. It's gonna take energy. I ain't never seen nobody accomplish nothing if you ain't gave it a few. You got to give it a shot. You dig? You got to get up and give it enough energy to say, at least I tried, even if you failed. We done talked about that plenty of times, and I'm gonna tell you like right now, uh, failing is not so bad if you look at it from a positive perspective. Um, so I thought you weren't going. Apologize. What are you talking about? You said the vision board. Yeah, I got the vision board. Yep, I did the vision board for this year. You dig what I'm saying? But um, I don't understand that question, G Nice. But meanwhile, I'm talking about finding like some energy to motivate you to do things that you know that you need to be doing. You dig what I'm saying? G Nice was just talking about the vision board. So I'm gonna post that up there. The vision board is dope because when you do the vision board and it's right there by my bed and it's by the side that I sleep on, every day I look up, I want to look at these three goals that I set for the beginning of the year. And you know, I want to constantly plant them inside of my head and then try to take the necessary steps to get there and to make it shape. Now, if certain things just don't fall the way that you want them to fall, or you don't accomplish everything, that's what you did do. At least you gave it a shot. I ain't never mad once I give it a shot. Once I give it a shot, I'm good. And so if it fails, just like y'all remember when I was doing the trying to get the insurance license, and I did all that studying online and then went out to Black Hawk College and passed both of the tests. Everybody was congratulating me, it was cool. But then when I had to go and get bonded, the state, because of my past record, you know what I mean, they turned me down. Aunt, what's up, Aunt? What's going down, baby? You dig what I'm saying? And they turned me down, And so it was heartbreaking. You know what I mean? But then again, like Ant, that's my man. When he seen me like face to face, he kept on saying, like, listen, it's some other stuff that you could try. Don't give up on it. At least you got the knowledge of it. And it was like that because here's the thing. Not everybody likes to read. Everybody don't like to go to school. You know what I mean? And I wish it was like that. You say if you don't fail, you aren't reaching for it for growth. Okay, we gotta post that one because that's dope. G Nice says, if you don't fail, you aren't reaching toward growth. And that's the truth. You're going to have to fall and scrape your knees or your elbows here and there. But guess one thing you're going to learn when you do fall? You're going to learn a blueprint on what not to do and what to try different. You dig what I'm saying? And so, uh, when that little situation went down, it was like, okay, boom. At least I took out the time to study it. So now, when it was time for working out here at Craft, when they was talking about like insurance policies, at least I had the knowledge of the policies that I wanted. medical wise for me and my daughter, the dental care, the eye vision care that I wanted. And I knew what kind of life insurance plan that I wanted and what this life insurance plan should say and the different benefits that I want inside of mine, that I'm going to pay my money for. And so, if nothing else, I studied long enough just to try to make a better decision for my life and for what I'm trying to do. And so, uh, if you're not a big reader, you dig what I'm saying, and you don't go to school all the time, you at least got to get up every day and get going. You dig what I'm saying? don't don't do what you don't know. Always do what you know. You dig what I'm saying? And I got that quote. It's written down. Maybe I'm not paraphrasing it the right way, but listen, give it a shot. It's something inside of you, fam, that you know what to do and you know how to do. But if you start working at it like every single day, I guarantee you this: you're gonna start mastering that, and you ain't gonna do nothing but get better and better at it. So you better take what's inside of you and make that stuff shake, because that lack of motivation, it'll kill you. You know what I mean? You'll be stuck in a funky rut. You ain't got no energy and you so tired. All of life over here is overwhelming on you. So now you got all of these bills. You got, you know what I mean? How some people just get stuck like in a standstill. Like, damn, how I'm gonna make this shake? Okay, I need a down payment for a car. I need a down payment for a house, and you just don't even know what to do or how to do it. Take a breather, take a time out, sit down and focus. And if nothing else, think about a plan. How can I get up out of here? You dig what I'm saying? It's like it's wintertime. People been getting stuck around here every day for like the last week and a half. Every time you turn around, somebody car stuck because of all of this snow. First thing you do when you get stuck, you jump out and try to look at, okay, what's the molehill? How big is it? Where is it stopping this tire from catching traction at? Either we need to shovel it up out of there. I seen a I seen a lady so desperate the other day at Dollar Tree that she had a bag of cat litter, and her daughter was throwing cat litter behind the tires just so the tire can catch traction so they can get up out of there. Now, I got over there in front of the hood and I pushed them, you know what I mean, to help them get out. But I'm telling you, I'm just using that as an example. When it seems like there's no way, boy, you better sit down and try to find a way. I'm going to try to figure it out. I'm going to think of something, you know what I mean? And if nothing else, call somebody. You dig what I'm saying? You might listen, get AI, chat up with AI. AI will tell you anything about life that you need to know about. AI is so cool. I've been messing with that thing, G Next. After you was telling me about what you was talking about, man, I've been asking it so many questions. I know somebody else who's using AI, and it's a pretty dope like little thing to have. So download it and pay that subscription for AI. It's cool. Number three, listen to this. Uh, well, number two and number three, lack of motivation, and number three, feeling like you stuck without having no options. I think we talked about that. Um, One thing about being stuck and feeling like you don't have no options, you said read Manipulations by Arthur Horn. I don't know who that is, but I'll still post it so people can think. Manipulation by Arthur Horn. Read that. But another thing that people like, if you're emotionally tired and you're going through something and you in that situation where you feel like you stuck and you ain't making no tractions, you ain't making no moves, stop speaking negative into your life. Stop talking about I'm broke, or you know what I mean, or different types of things that's going on. If you could point out something negative about yourself, man, dead that shit, because that's a drag to any and everybody that's around you. But number one, you putting that out into the atmosphere. So when you stuck and you feel like you're running out of options, stop giving energy to negativity, because negativity will consume you. And me, I believe spiritual. I believe that there's a force or something that's out here that's definitely want you to fail. Especially like if you got kids, especially like when you're doing good stuff. Like if you out here, man, and you giving life like 100%. You love to help people. You don't mind reaching out to, what I mean, to share your resources, your time, your knowledge, and your wisdom. And you trying to do the right thing. You got a family, you got a job. When you trying to do stuff like that, it always seems like, boy, we ain't never, we ain't gonna never get ahead. But homie out there that keeps selling dope, he just kept keeping all kind of breaks. You dig? He ain't never, you know what I mean? It just seemed like, man, it's like, but me, I'm grinding, I'm striving, and I'm steadily hitting the brick walls, man. So, but stop speaking negative. Last thing you want to do is, while you're going through something like so negative, to keep talking about it or giving it any type of future. One person said it like this. Yeah, G Nice said this: the hamster wheel. Man, G Nice, I swear that's exactly what prison felt like. You know what I mean? And sometimes you can create a prison while you out here. You know, you will. catch yourself in a situation and it's negative, and it's the same repeat cycle, same old two step. You know, you start being negative, or your little situation start being negative. You keep bumping your heads here and there. Some people only come up during tax time, but then by the time summertime come, you back to it because you done bought the car, you done took your vacations, and you and your kids done shopped. That's it. But that's all you was living for. You see what I'm saying? And so now here you is, you feel like you stuck in the same position every single year. Every single year you got to buy another car. Every single year you got to go through the same thing, and you waiting on tax time so you can come up. You got to figure out something. It's got to be different than that. And so that hamster wheel is feeling like you running in place. And that's how it was like when we was in prison. You know, you hitting the yard every day. You know what I mean? You know what time you eat. You know what time you go to work out. You know what time you lock down. And so I did that for like 14 years and 8 months. So when I came home, a lot of people don't understand why I hit the ground running. It's because I felt like I was at a hamster wheel. All of these ideas and all of these things that I had built up inside of me, you know what I mean? I had to try to take off and get to it. And sometimes it can be the gift and the curse because now I'm sitting up here at the top of the year and I got all these projects on my table. And so I was just talking to somebody really cool yesterday, and I was just telling them this week I'm just going to focus on this trip. I was giving y'all a little bit of insight about remember when I came home and they was doing a documentary on the lady about her book of songwriting and taking it into the prisons. Well, you know, they just laid out the red carpet and gave us our flight instructions, our hotel instructions for us to be at the premiere. The dude made the Bayou Film Festival down in Lafayette, Louisiana, and so they bringing us down there. You know, they interviewed me on a documentary, caught me coming out of the halfway house at 605 Main. Then when I went to the hotel, when I was living in the hotel, they came up there again just to do another little interview. So I'm excited to see what he edited in, what he edited out. But not only that, but get ready for this trip because this is about this lady who was doing something positive in prison. So this trip is not my moment. This is her moment. I was just a part of it. So I just want to be there to support her, get focused, support her, make sure that we show her love and give her flowers right now because she was the one that came into prison with the idea. She was the one that was believing in me. She was the one throwing me those public speaking gigs when I got out here, when I was getting them little checks over here for a couple of $100s and stuff like that for like 10 and 15 minutes. Or remember the little premiere party that they did for Van Jones from CNN? She was the one turning me on to these people. And like next Saturday is going to be her day. And so I just want to focus. You know, I ain't ever been to nothing like this. You take what I'm saying? A couple of years ago, I was in prison for wearing all blue. So now I'm finna be down here with like filmmakers and people that do, you know, that do big things. And so I want to make sure that my character and my personality is right. You know, when you get around people that you ain't trying to do too much, that you ain't over talking, you know, I'm gonna pray about it. I'm super cool. So it ain't like I gotta um, people please or surface act. But what I do want to do is make sure that we enjoy her for what she did and thank God for what she put us in. And at number two, put myself in a position that, hey, if I meet somebody else that's another connect, you know, this might catapult my life to another level. You did? And so that's all I'm saying. You know, when you go through situations, figure out a way to get out of it. If you get stuck, sit down and chill out. Take a breather, man. Take a breather sometimes because it gets hard out here. You got a bunch of kids. Let me take let me take that back because I don't want you to take it like that. You got kids. Say you got baby kids and you got little young ones. You trying to work. The baby daddy ain't in their life. You doing it by yourself. What if you ain't got a car and you catching a ride with somebody, you know, getting you back and forth to work? That can get rough on you. Trying to make sure you get back and forth to work, make sure you keep the lights on, then come home, feed them, make sure that they got everything that they need, and then at the same time you hurting on the inside. You know, you backed up in like credit card debt. You got things that you want to do. You want to go get your nails done and your hair done or something like that just to make you feel good about yourself. So when that don't happen and you don't look good and you don't feel good, that's exactly how it goes down. People get stuck in ruts and feel like, man, I ain't making no moves. And so that's how I go. Number four, another thing people like to do is sleep. What did I say? People just need to celebrate the daily achievements. Just go to bed knowing more than you did when you woke up. All right, so I'm gonna ask you one quick question, and I'm gonna kind of like go through four. I'm gonna touch on this. I'm gonna ask you a question, and then I want to see what you think about this. Let me try something real quick. All right. Okay, pass. I'm gonna go over here because while he's talking, we definitely need to get the ball head nuts back on deck. So many people asking about it, but any which way it goes, I'm just sending. I'm right now. And I'm sending you the link. But okay, think about this question too. You said that people need to celebrate the daily achievements, go to bed knowing more than they did when they woke up. I was just speaking about this, and somebody pointed this out to me, and it's real. It's a real life issue. You a smart guy, you know what I mean, and you like books. You dig what I'm saying? Even when we was back in the hood, you was like that. You dig what I'm saying? I was never a dummy. I liked it to read and stuff like that. But I think we at that present time, we was having more time. We was having more success at showing out. You know what I mean? Using our intelligence on how to come up with slick pickup lines and trying to holler at chicks at the club. And how can we get out here and get this money for the night competing with 15 to 20 other drug dealers? You dig? So, but never mind that. What about a person who doesn't read, who doesn't really like to get into books? Maybe you have a problem with understanding like information or downloading information. You know, some people have learning disabilities where it can scare them. It can really, really like scare them because they feel like they don't know how to read books, or they didn't really like school. They're not successful at school. So sometimes you won't even try that, and then you might need to read something or do something to pick up another trade. So number four, I want to just get that question to G Nice and see what he say, and we can touch up on that a little bit later because that's a real life issue. Your sleep patterns, got to change too. um a lot of times, and I'm guilty of this one, sometimes, man, you gotta slow down and get you some rest. For real, for real. Because if you ain't getting you no rest, you ain't gonna be good to nobody. Now I know that there's a comment, and I've used it before. I sleep when I die. You know what I mean? And then Steve Harvey said, with so much going on in the world, you cannot afford to sleep 8 hours a day. And sometimes I feel like that. But I tell you this weekend was a good example where I just felt tired, you know, and I stayed in the house all weekend. I mean, I stepped out to like the store to get something to eat and to grab a few different things, you know what I mean, for the house. But for the most part of it, I just needed that rest. It's hard getting up like 5 days out of the week, early in the morning at the exact same time, because you got to be at work and you got to punch this clock. Then, as soon as you get off, I got people that want haircuts, you know what I mean? And so you trying to balance this out. But then again, at the same time, Nice is on deck. So, but then at the same time, you know, um, like I was saying, I've been working on these songs. I got some new songs. So when my mind get to rolling on the music, I have to keep that energy going, because when I keep that energy going, then I pump out some stuff. Sometimes I go through writer's block, but never mind that. What I'm trying to say is you got to get some sleep. Does that make sense to anybody? You gotta get you some rest. If you ain't getting you no rest, I'm telling you, you will wear yourself down. And then that's when it gets to you. One thing I'll throw in there with the rest, you gotta eat right. If you ain't eating right, your body cannot produce when you ain't got the proper sleep and you ain't got the proper you know what I mean, protein and energy. You got certain things that sustains you to help you move, to give you energy. So you got to give yourself 100%. Now, would you get a chance to do that like every week? Like you gonna always eat right or get the most proper sleep? You probably not. G Nice, I can't see your face, so if you want to, you might want to come in from a different browser. I'm gonna pop you in, but I don't think I can see you. See what I'm saying? I can't see your name or nothing, B. So try it again, from a different browser, and see what that do. But yeah. So check out your sleep patterns. Check out your eating patterns. It's a brand new year. um it don't have to be like a New Year's resolution or something like that, but just make a conscious decision to say, hey, you know what, I'm finna start eating. And one of the things that I like to do that'll help me, I don't even want to sit up and talk about it. I don't really even want to make no plans. The vision board is my plans, but I'll just go and I'll keep going. I'm gonna pop G Nice in here real quick. Hold on. Nice, what's the word, baby?
What's good, man?
I'll just
You
go
hear me?
and I'll keep going.
Yep, I can hear.
Real
What is
quick.
that? What was that in the back?
What?
Nice. What's the word, baby?
Oh, that's me echoing.
You
Can you hear me echo?
Yep, I can hear.
Oh,
What is that?
okay.
What was that in the back? Nice.
What
That's
browser
you.
are you on?
Right now, you good. I had you up on the other one. I was watching it. Can you
Oh,
hear me?
okay. Yeah, I can hear you now. And so, what you were saying to that one fact, people just need to celebrate daily achievements. Just go to bed knowing more than what you did when you woke up. And then I'm gonna hip you on to what I was just talking about. Number 4, sleep patterns and eating. But define that of what you basically saying. Give the people an example of what you mean by that. But then also too, let me ask you, what do you think about people who got like a learning disability or a learning disorder?
I answer those in that order that you gave it to me. Um, People don't realize how much they do on a daily basis that helps move them towards their goals, right? And I don't think people give themselves enough credit for it, right?
Right.
You might just one small thing. I don't care. Okay, let's say you want to start a business. Let's say you just get up and look at something for that business. That's one step further than you were when you got up that morning. Or take a little course, jump on Udemy, take a half-hour course, just learn something about that. And I think that's the beauty of, that's achievement, man. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you may not achieve everything you wanted to do, but you're closer than you were that morning.
Yeah.
I think that's important. So I think a lot of people beat themselves up because they haven't achieved everything they want to do in a short period of time.
Right.
It's a combination of effort,
Yeah.
and people can get there. People need to represent their and understand and accept and appreciate their path to what
Right.
their goal is, right? And
Yeah.
if you do that, you never letting yourself down.
Right.
Every day, you should feel better about your goal. You're getting closer than you were.
I
Um,
believe that.
you know, Learning disabilities. I'm not quite sure what you meant by that.
Well, I mean, I talked to like a lot of people who might feel like, okay, they was never good at school. Okay, so if they wasn't good at school, they wasn't a really good reader, or like say when they process information, you know, they wasn't the best. And some people do have like learning disabilities,
Mhm.
and so when it comes to that, they feel intimidated by books or like a little trade, picking up a trade or something like that. So, what advice would you say on that level?
um, Trades might be the easiest. 4-year college is not for everybody. That's going away, right? Millennials and
Right.
Gen Z are. It doesn't make sense, man. That's just buying debt, and the degree doesn't mean shit. They can give you a damn degree. You see these general studies degree. What the hell is that? Or you got people out here getting degrees in basket weaving. Like, what you gonna do with that? You know what I'm saying? You pay $50,000 for a degree, and shit like that.
Right.
And even the IT industry, right? You
But
gotta.
Easter time they're gonna come up with them baskets though.
But that's short lived. That's like people that do tax preparation, right?
Right.
That's a small window of bread. That's the year you dead out here, right? You're not getting no paper.
Right.
So that's cool. It better be a side job.
For real.
You ain't gonna get no lease off of that.
Real talk.
I do taxes. They're like, yo, we need you on the 12-month here.
Yeah, for real,
What
for
you
real.
gonna do for the other 12?
Right. But so what do you think, like, really, like, a lot of people, it's hard to say that, okay, I'm gonna sleep 8 hours a day, but there has to be a time where you got to shut your body down and get that rest. You dig what I'm saying? There has to be a time where you have to eat proper food. Like you have to have dinner time. You have to, you know what I mean? You have because I've done it where, you know what I mean? I've been floating off for hours and hours, and then when you crash, you crash. You dig what I'm saying? So
Well, yo, that's what happened to me the last time I was there.
right.
I was coming off of I hadn't eaten in like 3 days. And because you know how we used to operate, right? We
Right.
used to ask each other, like, when the last time we ate?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we didn't do it. So honestly, that is an entirely new kind of eating disorder. that is out there, right? We've
Right.
conditioned ourselves to not need food, right? And I mean, people don't look at it like that though, but we used to go, you know that, 4, 5 days and haven't done that at all. So I just ran through a three. Like, you know what, I'm good. I'll eat when I get hungry, right?
Right.
And it popped me in the head.
Yeah. And I mean, it'll fuck you up. No, excuse my language. I'm trying to kill the
Oh,
cuss words, but I mean, it will. It
it
will.
did. It
Yeah.
did. I
Yeah.
mean, we were good that night, man, and it caught up with me. And I
Right.
was down behind that though. So I mean, eating is necessary. Sleep, we also didn't used to do that, right?
Right.
You know, we didn't go to sleep. So I've been trying to be really diligent about getting 8 hours, man.
Right.
That way you can at least get up and work towards your goals, right? With a kind of a clear head, man, instead of just
Yeah.
fighting off being
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because that's dope. Clear head, because like when you do get that rest, it does feel good. I tell you, and then the beauty about you though too, you get to work from the crib, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
yeah.
I
But
want
like getting
money.
up and trying to punch somebody clock and got to go in there for like 8 and you ain't slept, it's the worst feeling in the world. It's the worst feeling in the world. And so you are not about to be productive, and you definitely gonna be in an emotional rut. You're gonna be in distraught because now you sitting on a clock and you trying to figure out, should I should I green slip them? Should I go home for the day? Should I call in? You did want to say all of these stuff get to adding up, and then
Auntie
for the
sick.
people,
Auntie
as soon
sick.
as right, and then as soon as you do that, that's cool. But when that Friday come and that check come and it's short, but them bills are still big. You dig what I'm saying? So now all of a sudden there go that emotional rut again, man. So yeah,
About setting aside time. I mean, that's self care in itself. I mean, we don't even look at it like that because it's
right.
like something we're supposed to do, but it is very integral to our support. I mean, our success, man. You got to have rest, and if you
Got to.
don't, you know, you just get wild because you can't think clearly.
Right.
You know, I mean, and you know, if you can get 7, that's cool too.
Yeah.
The goal is 8,
Right.
uh, 9 if you can. So I usually try to get that, and I'm up early for my particular time because you know I just got to be on at 10, so I typically don't get up till 9. I
Right.
ain't don't call me before 9 a.m. I ain't with it.
Right. I got to get up at like 5 and some change, and that's Monday through Friday. You dig what I'm
Absolutely
saying?
unacceptable.
Right. And so that's like Monday through Friday. It's got to be like that. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah, I mean you got to do what you got to do though.
right, but
Oh,
then at the same time though, like we were saying though, it started catching up with me because then on the weekends you trying to do a catch 22 on all the haircuts, and now you want to sleep in because it's my day off. It's like you want to sleep in. Like I had to cancel some stuff today just because I needed to get it together. Head and stuff, the migraines start catching up with you, and so it's crazy. Let me ask you about this because I mean I've done been in this situation before. Um, have you ever felt like you was overwhelmed with like too many responsibilities? Like it's too much on my plate. Like I'm trying to do too many things at one time.
daily,
Mm-hmm.
daily.
Right.
It's more of when haven't I felt like that? That's a better question. Yeah, daily, man. There's entirely too much on the plate, man. It's just a juggling exercise, man. You
Mm-hmm.
just you just constantly try to deal with what has to be dealt with right now. I mean, it's all a project management type thing. You put over here, okay, what's the timeline for this? What
Yep.
do I need to deal with today? If I don't need to deal with it today, how far down the line can I push that? Are there other things I need to bring up forward? But it never stops, man. It
Right.
it, it doesn't. And it's just a matter of dealing with it, right?
K Dot, what's up? That's K Dot talking about what's up, young grasshoppers. He's crazy. But yeah, so so
Always,
he- so
always
here,
okay. That
here's my thing right here though too. It's like, and since I came to the crib, I felt like I've been doing that. Like, and when you say like time management, I think that's something that y'all all got to be aware of. Be aware of your time and how to do time management, because I know for a fact, like okay, I got another DJ gig coming up on this date. So y'all got to give me this playlist so I can know exactly what music I'm doing over here. That's the reason why this weekend coming up, we got to do this little thing to this premiere. So let me focus on that. Then at the same time, you still got to go to the job. You dig what I'm saying? I still got to do some running and handle. You know, you got so many different things, so you got to try to figure out how you gonna time management. Like I'm gonna give an hour to this. I try to practice this DJing. Am I gonna make a beat today? Am I gonna work on a song? You dig what I'm saying? And so a lot of times you got to know how to juggle that, man, and you got to
I
keep
got
practicing it.
I got something here, and this is a valid thing, and I try to tell people this: learn what you can while you're getting paid.
Yeah,
Right? If you, no matter what your job is, and I'm saying even if you are somewhere as a cook or something, right? What skills can you pick up there while you're getting paid to move on to your next path, right? And people that sit, in like the space I said, you're working remotely, even if you're working for that, what can you learn that will take you forward? And because if you lose your job, that's the first thing people go to, right? They go to, I need to learn, I need to do this. Why not
yeah,
do it now while you're getting paid?
exactly.
Get ahead of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't just sit and wait for a situation to happen. Don't put yourself in a corner. If you
Right.
don't have to, you can be ahead of it. And that's saying, I am a big fan of Udemy. I mean, people pick up a skill, pick up
Okay,
something.
explain that for people who might not know what that is.
It's basically a site where there are courses, pretty much anything that you want to deal with, right?
Right.
Um, and usually it's a lot of videos, but a lot of times they have like what they call sandboxes, where if you're learning like a piece of software, you can jump on there and you can play with it and learn that. And it's not supposed to be end all for it, but it gives you a decent running start in whatever you're trying to work towards. But that's what I'm saying. People sit, a lot of people sit for 8 hours, man, and just do their job, but then you walk away from it and they can fire you that day. And what have you really gained from working there outside of a check?
Exactly.
Make
You
them
know.
pay for you to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's the win.
Listen, I'm not gonna speak up on what I be doing because ain't no telling who from my job that might be watching. But you know something
Your
that's
fault.
crazy is because at my job, it's like I come in there and here we was on the raw side grinding meat, and right now I got a laptop with my own password now because now they got me doing data entry. They see me do something so good over here on this one thing, and they was like, "Well, damn, can you do this?" They didn't even know that when I was in prison, I had a computer and I had an office and that I was doing it. So now I got a laptop. And so now I'm sitting down doing stuff that they supposed to be doing. And it's crazy that you said it because it is what it is. It's like, you know, so, but I understand that. So I'm gonna flip courses like one more time.
Mhm.
Feeling like losing control, like life is just slipping away, getting behind in bills. One of the things we talked about, not accomplishing goals, got your past hanging over your head, or not being like where you want to be. That right there is an emotional weariness that I think everybody done been at some point in their life. Like, man, like shit, I just done lost control of everything. Like it ain't together. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody might be sleeping at one of their friends' house, or they copping the couch. You and your kids got to stay with somebody, and it's like that. What about a situation like that? What kind of advice would you say on something like that? On getting your traction back down and trying to make something happen?
Well, if it's not your first time having to get your traction back, I think it's a matter of looking at, okay, how did you achieve it that second time, right?
Right,
And if people are actually in a place and they concerned and they, their ghosts or their past, right, or just haunting them and everything like that, just know you're not who that person was anymore. You've
right,
learned more than that person actually knew. So it's progress,
yep,
right? I mean, you just got to keep going,
yep,
and you do it, and it's not going to be easy. Now, at some point, you got to figure out: do you want to make it harder for yourself or not?
yeah.
You got to get out your own way, and
I
if
like
people
that. I
want to
like
do
that.
that, I mean, shit. What do you say to somebody who ain't willing to do that?
Right.
Now, you can't cry in your soup all the time. If
Right.
you got an opportunity to do something else, and you got to leave that other shit behind to say, hey, I've been through that. I'm gonna use that to build, right?
Right.
I'm going to use those experiences to build into what I want to be.
Right.
And then, I mean, it's also something for you to be able to say, you know what, this is the progress I've had, which allows somebody to be able to go to bed feeling good about themselves. Because
There it
guess
is.
what? You are not that person anymore, right?
Right.
And it's not necessarily saying you were a bad person. You were a person that were making decisions that ended up messing up your shit.
Right.
So that's that. I mean, it's all about growth. It's about looking at yourself and figuring out what you can do to increase on your path at that point. You
There
know,
it is. That's
if you
dope.
if you are having the questions, if you are questioning that, you're already on the right path.
Right. That's dope though. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like I just wanted you to, because really when I was speaking on this, like most of the time when people is in an emotional rut, it's
Yeah.
usually finances. They not happy with the job or the career, or it could be somewhere in the crib. Now, if it's a relationship, you dig what I'm saying, and somebody dragging you down, I'm not finna do another year. You're not on my squad. I got this really on my page, and
Yeah,
it was a
for sure.
Kevin Gates quote. Now listen to this. He says, "I don't need any distractions in my life right now. So if you aren't in my life to build with me and to grow with me, you're pointless. I'm getting too old for pointless situations, friendships, and relationships." I was like, "That's the dopest thing I heard this year." Like, man, you so
Yo,
serious about that,
I told you, if I can't learn anything from you, what's the point?
right?
You know what I'm saying? I am not, I mean, time is money. And it's one thing to be able to get together and hang out, but I'm not sitting around with nobody. I can't learn anything.
For real, because you
And
can't get that time back. Time is valuable. You can't get that back.
right. If you can't learn anything from me, I would advise you not to spend time around me. Don't waste
Exactly.
your time. You
Right.
know, I mean, it needs to be a collaborative effort. I don't give a shit if it's a barbecue, cookout. I don't give a damn what we doing out here. You know,
Yeah.
I spend more than 10 minutes talking to you
Right.
if we're not going to be able to do something for each other. Today it might be you giving me something. Tomorrow it might be, you know, me giving you something. But at
Real
least we
talk.
have that kind of copacetic relationship to where, hey, we both know something different than the other one does.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to comment on motherfucker like, you know what, hey, who gonna get blunts? I'm like, I ain't.
Right.
Oh no, sir, I'm too old for that. I got activity. So what else you do? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? What else you got going on? I mean, I'm like, nah, I ain't with that. That's a waste of my time.
Exactly. But
I'm
yeah,
not.
so listen to this. Before I let you go real quick, I wanna ask you this. We got to get the ball head nuts back on
Absolutely,
chart. We got to get that on chart. Now that
absolutely.
you see what Mahomes just did, what you think is gonna pan out with him out in Baltimore?
That's
That's gonna be a good game.
yes, it is.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be a good game.
it ain't gonna be easy.
Right.
Um, so I'm almost wondering why you're on tonight because you said you weren't gonna come on if Mahomes won. So I don't understand.
No, I was saying if Mahomes lose. I said if the Chiefs lose, then I ain't coming on.
Oh,
You know I
okay.
rock. You know I'm rocking with. That's why I was saying go down there and see him. If he lose, like find his
Yeah,
house and
no,
get over there.
hey, he moved out south. He ain't got no business down there, man.
Right.
Uh.
Yeah.
You
So
get within like 7 miles of that place, they gonna know what you're doing.
right.
They
But
won't know.
no. I was saying it the other way around. I was like, if he lose, I ain't talking to nobody. But so
My
listen,
bad.
I don't know, man. Maybe this weekend we got to try to figure it out. And
Yeah.
let me know
Uh,
what you find out too on that trip. Because I still need to figure out what I'm gonna do for my B day. So I don't know what's up. You know what I mean?
she sent me
Okay.
the numbers. I'll shoot them to you. But yeah, on the ball head nuts. I mean, I think we need people to weigh in and see
Hmm.
because days are hard, but weekends are also hard. But I guess what we need to say, I had to discuss with you about maybe boxing it in,
Well, on the
on
Friday nights though too, sometimes the haircuts just
I'm
go
talking about on
longer.
Sunday. I'm talking about
Oh,
on Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Well,
just jump up. I mean, you could do your kind stuff, and then we can get on there, and I can just be disrespectful.
right,
Uh,
right. See, that's what I'm saying. You just
it's like an hour later, though. It's
right.
after that.
Right, but usually
You
my
jump
Sundays
in
is filled with positivity and the Lord and
there,
and life.
is this not positive, sir?
Yeah, you being positive now, but you just did you hear what the last part it is that you said though? He was just like, because then I
I,
could get mannish and I could you know what I mean piss people off, you know.
I mean, this is up in the air. Ain't no
Right,
guarantee. That's what the ball head nuts is about, right?
right. But I'm saying we got to
Experience.
figure it out and get it like locked in, and
For
then
sure.
let's just try to maybe, and if so, let's get them in when we can. I could just post like a commercial a little bit earlier to warn people, and then we can just go. But
Oh,
I got a
wonderful.
few little things that I'm gonna point out, and then I'm gonna get off. But listen, holler at me and inbox me and let me know what's going on.
Absolutely, sir.
All right,
G,
love my dude. I'll holler at you in a minute.
for sure.
Peace. Yeah, G Nice, man, that's the guy that you call on too, when you want to sit down in politics about real like corporate type business moves, and you know what I mean? So even though he like the little bro, he's always been the big bro when it comes to like little stuff like that, man. And so you got to take your hat off to him for that. And when I was talking about feeling like you losing in life, um, I've been there. You dig what I'm saying? Like life is just slipping away. You know how you get behind in bills. You're not accomplishing things that you want to accomplish. Me and Local Los know that when I blew those 3 record deals in the ATL, I had a nervous breakdown thinking about that. That caused a nervous breakdown one time. Past hanging over your head, it just seems like I'm out here and I'm winning on different levels. But then remember how they like mess with me about my car. Then I had to bond out and spend like 2,000 on that. The child support was going into my bank account, snatching money up. But not only that, snatching it up at the wrong time, making other stuff bounce. Where now I got to pay bank fees just because y'all went in there and you didn't even holler at me. And so when I say feeling like you losing control and like things are slipping away, I don't think I've been in despair where I just feel like, man, it's just a spiraled out of control. But it's been some times where I done felt like, man, you know, this is wrong and this is like low down and I'm tired of it. You know what I mean? And so that's what I was meaning by that. So I got like a few like little quotes, and I'm gonna read them, and then we're just gonna touch up on them, and then we're gonna say goodnight. First of all, I gotta show you this video because check out what this dude is saying. He says, who K Dot, when I gotta go show you this commercial, but who you talking about they going home? You talking about KC going home when they go play Baltimore? It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be really rough. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all this video and then we'll be right back.
You're going through a lot of shit right now, and it's not easy. You were forced to be in a position that you didn't want to be in. People look at you and they say, wow, you're strong. I can't believe you're making it through. And deep down inside, you think, no, I'm not. I'm not strong. I'm barely surviving. I understand. I get it. It's not right and it's not fair what you're going through. Just don't give up. Keep going.
And listen, little short, like little brief one, but it's true. You dig what I'm saying? You going through something. Everybody in this world is going through something. I don't care if you're a millionaire, billionaire, if you a homeless person up under a bridge. You going through something. You know what I mean? Just because you got money, it don't take away the stress, emotional stress. You know what I mean? And we talking about that tiredness, being emotionally tired on the inside where people can't see it. And you making it look like it's all good, but it ain't all good. And sometimes people don't understand that because just because they can't see it or you don't wear it on your forehead or you ain't got it on your feel, man, get out your feelings about being tired and about going through this type of stuff and just keep pressing forward. Don't ever give up. You know what I'm saying? Because you, like I said, number one, your kids is counting on you. And I always tell people this, whether you spiritual or not, you know what I mean? It's up to you. This is the truth. I feel like this. If God wake you up another day, he telling you, I got a purpose and a plan for your life. So if he don't give up on me, I'm never gonna give up on myself. Some of these quotes that I had, it says the best way to predict the future is to create it. That's the reason why I said I like to speak things into existence. Some people just sit around and just kind of like wait for things to happen. And that's cool. You kind of take life as it goes, you know what I mean? You kind of just go with the flow, like a fish going up the stream, you go with the flow. But my future, I know what I want. I dream, I visualize it. I don't just keep it up here and just daydream. Nah, I write that stuff down from to my vision board. And then when I wake up, I'm stretching towards that. number two, which is that make the necessary steps to make it happen. You know, don't get overwhelmed, but you got to find like a consistent grind. You got it. Does that make sense? Like every day you got to be consistent. Like G Nice was saying, like, or if you at work and maybe you doing this and that on your lunch break or something like that, be YouTubing your other trade. Be YouTubing something like that. If you're not a good reader and you don't like to read books, there's books and stuff that you apps you can go to on your phone that's got books, or they got things that you can learn that'll read it to you. And then sometimes just do it over and over until you get it memorized. A lot of people feel like they can't remember stuff. Don't be intimidated, because I'm gonna tell you this. I bet you if they play one of your favorite songs, I bet you know the lyrics to that song. So if you have to do it just like you do music, beat that into your head. You dig what I'm saying? For real, for real. Um, Here was a quote that I think I misquote, and it said, "It's not knowing what to do; it's doing what I know." Stay in your lane. I stay in my lane. It's like um I'm not doing it's not knowing what to do. It's doing what I know. You dig what I'm saying? So like say for instance, I love to read books, and I challenge myself every time to try to take the next step or the next level. I want to always do that. But I'm also going to always do what I know. I stick to the script. I ain't a basketball player. I ain't this. You know what I mean? I don't work on cars. So when it's that time, you dig what I'm saying? I try to get that to somebody who know. But when it comes to something that I do know, I'm gonna give you 100%. But then I also got to give myself 100% at mastering this craft, just so that when I do show up and I say this is what I do, I'm getting better and better. So just like the DJ stuff, you know what I mean? With all the things I got going on, I'm definitely just gonna take out some time every single day, messing with the wheels, messing on how to bring music in, transition music in, and then also too, I'm listening to like a lot of music to see, okay, what's hot? Because the younger generation, they listen to music that's different to us. Then I got to the point where it's like, I'm just gonna DJ for like the mature, the grown and sexy. You know what I mean? That I'll be that type of DJ. You dig? Because a lot of that stuff I don't know, and it can be rough. You dig what I'm saying? But you get the point. You get the moral of what I'm trying to say. There's two types of tired: the dire need of sleep and the dire need of peace. If you emotionally drained or you emotionally stressed out, you definitely got to get some peace. You better find some peace in your life. If that means that you got to cut some people off that's around you, that's noisy, chaotic, messy, they negative and they ain't doing the right thing, I do not have no problem with like exiting situations that I just feel like it don't mean that they bad. It don't mean that this person is bad. It just means that I don't see this going nowhere. No hard feelings, but I have to do what I have to do to keep me moving in a direction where I feel like I want to be in my life. You know what I mean? I got certain places. Hold on, toothpick just said something. Okay, still, can you still look? Yes. Oh, he's talking about KC going home. Okay, so remember that the dire need of sleep. We talked about that. That's a tiredness. Got to get that rest. You got to eat, B. You gotta start eating healthier. You know what I mean? And stop trying to float. You know, you can't walk around just drinking pop and stuff like that all day, especially like when you get older and thinking that it's gonna sustain your body. You ain't drinking no water, you ain't eating no vegetables. I know it sounds corny like somebody parent, but I'm telling you, as you get older, you'll start killing yourself. But that dire need of peace, man, you gotta find that, you gotta have that, and you better hold on to it and protect the minds at all costs. Okay. Sometimes you're trying to be everyone else's anchor, but they don't know that you're drowning on the inside. That's dope and that's real. Not dope in the sense like, yeah, that's a good thing. No, like dope, like and that's a fact. Like you trying to hold everybody else down. You trying to be an anchor for everybody else, but on the inside you losing. Man, sometimes you better stop. You know what I mean? And stop giving your energy and your time to people who don't need it. You dig what I'm saying? Especially you trying to help somebody out, then all of a sudden they want to turn around and get negative with you or talk crazy to you, call you out of your name. Listen, I tell you what, go that way then. You know, I ain't finna keep coming and doing what I'm doing when I don't have to. You dig what I'm saying? And you want to be disrespectful and negative, you know? It's you got people that's out here that's like that. And so believe, please believe. Um, it ain't gonna happen to me because I'm gonna cut you off for real, for real. Turn up for Christ and bread up for life. All right. I might be going through something. So when I'm silent, they get silent and we wind up never talking again. I think that still goes with that. I think I was making that point. That happened to me. I was dealing with like a couple of funerals. You dig what I'm saying? And sometimes you could be going through something and other people don't understand what you're going through. And so they just assume that your life is all good, like everything is gravy. But when you're struggling on the inside and you're trying to protect your peace, and me, I got a bad habit of this. It's not one that I'm happy about. I put that force field up. You know what I mean? And it's that prison mentality of protecting your emotions or protecting your feelings, feeling like, you know what I mean? You're not finna let nobody come in and hurt you. You're not finna let nobody, you know what I mean? So I feel like, without cussing, if it's F me, it's F you too. You know what I mean? And if you feel like that's what I said and you didn't take out the time to try to figure out what was going on, or how it was going down, hey, hands in the air, keep it just like that. Cause I'm a loner. I'm so used to being alone that it ain't gonna even matter to me. Am I right? Nope, I'm not. So I'm not bragging on it, but that's how it usually goes. And so sometimes, you get caught up in trying to prove to people that you're a good friend, or you know what I mean? And I would like to check on everybody every day, but I can't. You know what I mean? She said, "Hey, bro, what's up, sis? We just on here just talking about some stuff about being emotionally tired. A little bit different from being like depressed. It could be in the form of depression too, but it's really, you know what I mean? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. And so here's one. I'm not tired of challenges. I'm tired of people challenging me for nothing. It was kind of different, and I wrote it down because I kind of liked it. You know what I mean? I'm not tired of challenges. I'm tired of people challenging me for nothing. Does it ever feel like people are always constantly, you know what I mean? Whether it's your job, you got to always try to speak up for yourself about a position or about a way you do certain things, or people always testing your friendship, or you in a relationship, you know what I mean? And people just keep doing things to try to see how far they can push your buttons. And so there's situations like that. You get people that do stuff like that, and I don't know what's wrong. Why would you do something like that? Life just be life, and so I get it. You know, um, the parole is hanging over my head, my surroundings. You dig what I'm saying? A lot of times I feel like I want to do other things, and you have to just check yourself for where you at for right now, and then it's just like, man. Sometimes you can just get emotionally drained just by trying to, figure that out. Like, what's gonna be my next move in life? Where I'm gonna live? Where I'm gonna go? Do I want to move out of town? Do I want to hold on to this job? Do I want to do this and that? And at the same time, you just being challenged, and so sometimes you can break down. Okay, so here it is. The thing about being exhausted is it's not having a mental illness, but it's pretending that you don't. It says if you have a mental illness, but you're pretending you don't. Let me reread that again. The thing about being exhausted, emotionally exhausted, is you have a mental illness, but you're pretending that you don't. So, one of the things of being emotionally tired or exhausted is think it's okay, in your head you got something going on. If you know you bipolar, or you know you suffer from depression, or you got some things that's in your past that traumatized you, but you trying to walk around and act like you good, you ain't good. Go get you some help, and stop coming around people with your funky attitude and talking all crazy or snapping on people every time, or just because you read a certain text you take it the wrong way, and now all of a sudden you spaz out. You just got issues in your life that you need to handle. You dig what I'm saying? Remember how we was talking about on relationships? Sometimes people don't need to be in relationships. You just got out of this relationship, this long 5-year relationship. It didn't go the right way that it was supposed to go. And the next thing you know, you're trying to jump over here into another one. So now you're bringing this garbage and this dirt from over there. You dig what I'm saying? How does that align up with being mental illness? Maybe it's not a mental illness. Maybe you just got some shit in your backpack that you got to unload, that you got to throw away. Get rid of it and stop pretending that it's not there, because it's there. That's the thing that kills me about some people. It's like, you messed up. You got some issues going on. So if you know you got some issues, don't try to sit around me and act like you got it all together when you don't. Then all of a sudden you want to get down or talk crazy to me, because I'm gonna walk away from around you, for real, for real. Last one. Hopefully this ain't you, and hopefully you don't do this. Feeling like you need a break from life. Mm, mm, mm. And I've been there. Remember when I was telling y'all I had the anxiety attack in the joint? That's what I meant. Like, I wasn't in a position where I felt like I wanted to kill myself, but I sure did feel like, man, I really don't care at this time, a moment like what happens. You know what I mean? I had went through a little phase where I had lost a court case, and then three family members had passed on me in Indianapolis. And it was just like I was just going through it. You dig what I'm saying? And I really actually felt that when Mafia died a couple of weeks ago, when I couldn't get over there. You know what I mean? And just knowing that, okay, people like Dre is my dog. Like we all first cousins, but the Grice boys is like we tight. You dig what I'm saying? All of us is tight. You dig what I'm saying? And when stuff like that happen, everybody rallies up to the next one to make sure that you're there. You dig what I'm saying? And when I felt like I couldn't get there, I felt funky. But the last time I felt funky like that is when I was in prison, and I just felt like, man, I just need a break. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to get motivated. Like, I'm tired of life. I'm tired of like giving it 100% or getting up every day doing stuff, and you just keep getting zero results of zero, out turns, and it just be like that. He says, I have been there as well. I had to become mentally resilient. I like that because that's very serious. Poop Dog says, I have been there as well. I had to become mentally resilient. And mentally resilient, to me, this is just my definition. He would have to explain what he's saying, is that you have to get a strong mind. One of the things that I have to do over my mind, I have to pray a lot because I have to ask God, you know what I mean, to protect my mind, because I'm a firm believer. I'm a God fearing man. So I believe that the enemy will attack you in the mind. And a lot of times the enemy will attack you when you haven't had enough sleep and when you're hungry. So when he can catch you emotionally drained or tired, he can get thoughts in there to where you want to kill yourself. He can get thoughts in there to make you feel like you want to take yourself out, like you don't want to be a parent. So that's when he catches you when you exhausted, when you emotionally down. He will come and he'll try to tear your whole life up, get you to make some bad decisions, make you want to drink. So now you're an alcoholic, make you want to turn back to drugs. So now you're an addict. You dig what I'm saying? So when you emotionally drained, don't think that I'm just on here just talking. This is really real. Listen, pay attention. So being resilient, like K Dot said, I first have to pray over my mind and make sure that I think about what I'm thinking about. So I'll take a thought that I've had and then I'll think about it like, okay, is this a positive thought? Where is this thought going? Is it going anywhere? Sometimes I'm silly and I joke a lot and I play a lot. So my sense of humor sometimes outweighs. And then I have to think, like, I wonder how people take this or how they take that. So I back it up. But being mentally resilient is have to be strong in those test times. Maybe you need to have a person that you can vent to. If you married, Poop got a beautiful wife. So, and when you see them out, they a team. You dig what I'm saying? So I know he's got a strong, better half on his side. My man Contact, him and his wife, they like that. When they came to the 80s and 90s parties, these two, I just love to see couples that love each other and they do that. My sis says self affirmations daily, telling yourself that you are beautiful, telling yourself that you are enough. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm definitely speaking to somebody, and you know who you are. Stop speaking that negative stuff over your life and start speaking life into your life and start speaking life into your finances, into your house, to your family, to your kids. You have to be mentally resilient and do these types of things, because if you don't, you know what I mean? You can get yourself in a rut. And next thing you know, you'll be trying to take a bottle full of pills. You'll be trying to do something crazy that you shouldn't do. She says, allow God to, this is my sis, Latrice. She down in Tennessee. She says, allow God to whom you can watch to help you become more strong mentally. I'm gonna post that up there because me and her are God fearing. And thanks for the video that y'all sent me. And they always sending me videos from their church, and so they be dope too. But that's it, Pook. And I appreciate that though, because you have to be mentally resilient. And being resilient is not like it's gonna be handed to you. It's an exercise that you got to perform on yourself like daily. You know what I mean? So like when these rough times come and hit you and life just be lifing, I ain't finna give up, man. I ain't never finna get up. I got kids out here. I got a grandsons. You know what I mean? 3 grandsons and a granddaughter. That's the last thing I want to do is leave an example of like I just quit mentally and I quit on life, like I just gave up. It's no, when I get ready to go home, it's gonna be because God is ready for me to go home. It ain't gonna be because I did it. You know what I'm saying? Do the work of life. Do the work, or life will take you down. Every trial should make us stronger. Hey, you keep saying some good quotes. I should have just gave you the link. You should have been over here. Check this out. This is dope before I get ready to get out of here. She says, do the work or life will take you down. Every trial should make us stronger. Man, that's so true, sis, because if you don't, and see, us, we firm believers that there's a person that's out here. His time is very minimal. And so he's trying to get as many people, he's trying to take as many people out as he can before the Lord comes back and snatch us up. So to me, I think he is relentless about getting you. He don't want you to be a mother or a father. He don't want you to be in a family. He don't want you married. He don't want you to be in love. He don't, because anything that resembles family, it looks like God. God is love. And so the best thing that he can give us to show us about the love that's up there was to create a family down here: man, woman, child, sun, moon, stars, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. God does everything in order. And so when you want God's blessings and you want everything in order, you have to make sure that you're replicating what's going on in heaven. What you say, sis? The blood of Jesus is also spiritual immune system, boosters to help us withstand hard times. I believe that. So I'm gonna post that one too. So y'all go back and watch them. Y'all catch the other thing. She says the blood of Jesus is also a spiritual immune system booster to help us withstand hard times. Some people might not understand that, but you might have to plead the blood over your situations. But whatever it is, never quit on your life. You're here for a reason, even if you can't see it. I told you that before, and I don't want to sound cliche, but you're here for a purpose. And if God wakes you up, that means that He has a purpose for your life, that He is not done with you. You know what I mean? So don't quit. If He want to take you out, He don't need no help. You dig what I'm saying? You ain't got to take yourself out. And when life gets stressful, which it is gonna do, she says, here she go. Tough times don't last always, but tough people do. Damn, sis, you on one tonight. Tough times don't last always, but tough people do. And that's the truth. Even if you can't see it, there is something in you, a tenacity to fight and another gear to kick in when you feel like you can't give no more. It's always another gear. You dig what I'm saying? LeBron James, people can say what they want to say about him through the regular season, but when he make it to the playoffs, it's just like he go through a whole nother gear because now he can see what's at hand. He can start seeing, okay, we close to the championship. So then he just start playing like an animal. And he's been doing this for like over 21 years and they can't figure it out. Guess what he does? That man spends $1 million on his body, just prepping his body, staying conditioned, staying in shape. He stays ready so he don't have to get ready. Like K Dot was saying, mentally resilient, staying prayed up, pleading the blood, like these different things that you got to do in your life. Because believe me, life is life. So you're gonna go through them phases where I done went like weeks where I'm only getting like 4 hours a night, 5 hours a night. Sometimes I didn't take my sleeping pills. Sometimes I take my sleeping pills and they don't even work. There's many people that know about my sleeping disorder and how I have to deal with that. And it's just been messing me up. But I just keep going. I don't never let it give me down because I can't. You know what I mean? He didn't bring me too far for me to give up. So that's all I'm saying, man. When you get emotionally drained, just know it's gonna happen. It's not about if it's gonna happen, it's about when it's gonna happen and what you're gonna do. You're gonna have to figure it out. And you're gonna have to be mentally resilient. I like that, Poop. That was dope. And so you got another podcast that's I got a really dope issue that we're gonna talk about. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I might do something Thursday before I leave. But then next weekend I'm gonna be gone, so I ain't for sure how I'm gonna do the podcast. If I'll do the podcast next week, next Sunday, might be gone. But hey, listen, man, thank y'all for tapping in. Shout out to the Chiefs for doing their thing. You know how they do. You know how Mahomes do his thing. You know. But listen, man, I love y'all, and I mean that for real, for real, for real. It's a new year. Get it together. Get your mind right for this new year because it's only January, so we got 11 more months, and the problems and the situations is coming. So get ready for it. Get mentally resilient and get ready to fight, man. Don't do what you did last year if it didn't work out for you. If it wasn't successful for you, if it didn't shake nothing, if your bank account didn't rise from it, if your life, if happiness didn't find you, your peace was disrupted, don't bring that into 2024. You dig what I'm saying? And don't bring it around me because you ain't gonna last. You ain't gonna last long. That's on everything. For real, for real. Listen, Bear Truth, I'm out. Hopefully I'll see y'all next weekend. If not, we'll catch up with y'all. Ballhead Nuts coming back sometime soon. God bless y'all. I love y'all. Peace.